I Love Lucy was one of the most significant, culture-defining, not to mention hilarious sitcoms of the mid-20th century. Everybody loved the show's female lead, Lucille Ball, and her on- and off-screen husband, Desi Arnaz. For 6 glorious years, Lucy and Ricky Ricardo, Fred and Ethel Mertz, Little Ricky, and a slew of other supporting characters gave new life to sitcoms of the era. The show was awarded with 5 Emmy Awards during its run and generated such enduring popularity that memorabilia like I Love Lucy branded clothing, comic books, and assorted knickknacks became all the rage. It was the first show to be rerun on TV after going off the air in 1957. It was also the first series to create numerous spin-off shows like the Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour, The Lucy Show, Here's Lucy, and Life with Lucy. I Love Lucy to this day can still be seen in 80 countries around the world in 22 languages. But even though I Love Lucy continues to be a popular comedy series, the vast majority of the show's cast members are sadly no longer alive. In this video, we'll reveal how each cast member died. Lucille Ball, Lucille Ricardo. Miss Ball was an accomplished and celebrated actress, comedian, model, studio exec, and producer. She starred in and produced numerous sitcoms while she was the head of Desilu Production Company, which she owned and operated with Desi Arnaz. Her career began in 1929 when she found work as a model. Not long after, she started performing on Broadway under the stage name Diane Belmont. She went on to appear in several minor films in the 30s and 40s as a contract player for RKO Pictures. Around that time, she met Desi Arnaz, a Cuban band leader who quickly won her heart. The two got married in November of 1940. In 1951, she and Arnaz created I Love Lucy, but just 9 years later, in May of 1960, they filed for divorce and separated. On April 18, 1989, Ball was diagnosed with a dissecting aortic aneurysm after experiencing chest pain while at home in Beverly Hills. She underwent emergency surgery to repair her aorta and replace her aortic valve. On April 26, she woke up with severe back pain before losing consciousness. She died at 5:47 a.m. at the age of 77. Doctors later determined she had succumbed to a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm that wasn't directly related to her surgery. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. And keep watching to find out who the only surviving regular cast member of I Love Lucy is as of 2021. Desi Arnaz. Arnaz was best known for his role as Ricky Ricardo. He and Ball are also typically credited as being the innovators for the syndicated run, which they first pioneered after I Love Lucy's cancellation. Arnaz was a heavy smoker for the majority of his life. He loved Cuban cigars and continued to smoke them until he was in his 60s. In 1986, he was diagnosed with lung cancer and passed away several months later on December 2, 1986, at age 69. His death was just 5 days before Lucille Ball received the Kennedy Center honors. VIVIAN VANCE. Vance portrayed Ethel Mertz on I Love Lucy from 1951 to 57. She won a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in 1954. She also starred as Vivian Bagley on the spin-off series The Lucy Show from 1962 to 65. In 1977, Vance suffered a stroke that left her partially paralyzed. She died at age 70 on August 17, 1979, of metastatic breast cancer. She was posthumously awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1991. William Frawley. Frawley portrayed Fred Mertz, husband of Ethel, in I Love Lucy for the duration of the series. He went on to play Bob O'Casey in the comedy series My Three Sons. Frawley died of a heart attack on March 3, 1966, in LA, just 5 days before his 79th birthday. He was buried in San Fernando Mission Cemetery in Mission Hills, Los Angeles. He was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1960 and was inducted into the Television Academy Hall of Fame in 2012. KATHRYN Card. While she was best known for portraying Lucy's mother, Mrs. McGillicuddy, Card also guest starred on several other popular TV shows. She appeared in 2 episodes of Perry Mason and portrayed Hannah Barton in The Case of the Deadly Toy that same year. Some of her other notable credits include roles on The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show, Make Room for Daddy, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and Rawhide. She also appeared in the Warner Brothers film Home Before Dark. Her last performance was in 1964's The Unsinkable Molly Brown. On March 1, 1964, Card died from a massive heart attack. She was 71. Mary Jane Croft. Croft is best known for her role as Betty Ramsey on I Love Lucy, but she also portrayed various other minor characters on that show. She played Miss Daisy Enright on the radio and TV version of Our Miss Brooks. On The Lucy Show and Here's Lucy, she landed the role of Mary Jane Lewis, and on The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, she played Clara Randolph. Croft continued to act on TV for many years after the end of Here's Lucy. She reunited with Lucille Ball in 1977 in the special Lucy Calls the President. She later returned to radio for several episodes of Sears Radio Theater in 1979. She died of natural causes in Century City, California, August 24, 1999. Frank Nelson. Nelson was an American comedian and actor best known for playing comic foils on radio and TV. In addition to portraying numerous characters on I Love Lucy, Nelson appeared in shows like The Jack Benny Program, The Real McCoys, The Addams Family, and Sanford & Son. He also worked as a voice actor, providing voices for animated series like The Flintstones, Mr. Magoo, and The Jetsons. He was diagnosed with cancer in the summer of 1985. After battling the disease for a year, he died in Hollywood on September 12, 1986, at age 75. He was laid to rest in Forest Lawn Memorial Park Cemetery in Glendale, California. Jerry Hausner. While he was best known for his role as Ricky's agent Jerry, Hausner was also the voice of Waldo in Mr. Magoo and several other characters like Hemlock Holmes, The Mole, Broodles, and Itchy in The Dick Tracy Show. Hausner died of heart failure on April 1, 1993 at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles. He was 83. He was buried in Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills. Doris Singleton. Singleton will always be remembered as Lucy's arch-enemy, Carolyn Appleby. She also appeared in shows like The Whistler, The Alan Young Show, and The Adventures of Superman. Singleton played Lois in the syndicated TV adaptation of the radio series The Great Gildersleeve from 1954 to 57. She also made appearances in shows like Alfred Hitchcock Presents, The People's Choice, and McKeever and the Colonel. She reunited with Lucille Ball on The Lucy Show in the episode Lucy and Art Linkletter. At the time of her death in June 2012, Singleton was the last surviving major recurring cast member besides Little Ricky from The Lucy Shows. She died in LA at age 92 from complications of cancer. Shirley Mitchell. Mitchell was a prolific radio and TV actress. She was a regular on classic radio series like Fibber McGee and Molly and The Great Gildersleeve. On TV, she appeared in series like Pete and Gladys, Please Don't Eat the Daisies, and Bachelor Father. She also frequently guest starred on series like The Dick Van Dyke Show and Perry Mason. In addition to being an active TV star, Mitchell appeared in films like Desk Set, Big Business, and The War of the Roses. But she was best known for playing Lucy Ricardo's friend, Marion Strong. She died of heart failure November 11, 2013 in Westwood, California, just 7 days after celebrating her 94th birthday. Richard Keith. Born Keith Thibodeau, Richard is an American former child star best known for playing Little Ricky. He's the last living regularly appearing cast member of I Love Lucy. In addition to appearing in various Desilu productions, Keith made numerous guest appearances on The Andy Griffith Show. He later joined the rock group David and the Giants, but after developing a drug problem, he was forced to leave the band, which inevitably led to their breakup. In 1974, he became a born-again Christian, cleaned up his life, and got sober. In 1990, he became executive director for his wife's company, Ballet Magnificat, which tours domestically and internationally. Now it's time to hear from you. Who is your favorite cast member of I Love Lucy? Let us know in the comments section below. And before we go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.